Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of StarCraft Inc. Guys, I was gonna bring you a re-upload of the other game that I had previously done where the sound at the end cut off, but I found this on Gosu Gamers and I couldn't turn it down. So here it is, TLO versus Destiny. TLO spawning as the Red Terran in the top right of Zelnaga Caverns, and Root Destiny, well, formerly Root Destiny, now just Destiny as the Yellow Zerg in the bottom left. Now, I said Root Destiny, I'm just used to calling him that. It's been a long time since Destiny was on Root Gaming. In fact, Root Gaming doesn't even exist anymore, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, guys, these guys are just fan favorites all around. I haven't seen either of them on, like, you know, huge winning charts or anything. None of them have won anything big recently, but still just, like, phenomenal players to watch. TLO always, you know, specializing on turning the game upside down on its head with weird plays. As he used to play random, he just explored every nook and cranny of every race and just, you know, messed with it upside down and backwards. I've seen weirder builds from this guy than I've come up with in, like, strange builds with Incarnate, or like the weird shit we pull off in team games. Just TLO does it all, man. So he is going to spawn with some early aggression, a very forward barrack, kind of risky against Zerg, and one Marine running up ahead to deny any drone scouting, I can only imagine. An SCV wandering around, looks like it might be a bunker rush, as we are seeing that fast expand from Destiny. Now, Destiny is good with his infestors. It's only a matter of time before that infestor nerf comes, though, and I'm not sure how Destiny will feel about that. I'm also not sure if we will see infestors this game, but knowing Destiny, that's where it is headed. This drone may in fact scout this bunker, and it does. And he was gonna come and deny it with the drone alone, but that can't be the case anymore. Tons of drones coming off the line. It could just be a Maynard, or these could be used to be denying this bunker, which that looks like it might be the case, but there are now two Marines, and if this is microed properly, which micro is a high on TLO's capability list. Oh, we are getting some lag. Give me 1 sec. Alright, hopefully that fixes the lag. Anyway, sorry, let me go back a bit so you guys can, so I don't interrupt that fight. Alright, so, let's speed it up. I really apologize for that, guys. Like I said, I just finished getting a new setup here where I live, and I had to reinstall and uninstall StarCraft, so I'm really working on getting my setup back and running and figuring out how I want to do things. I am doing things a little differently than I used to, and eventually this will get perfect. But here we go, here's Destiny trying to fend off this bunker rush with his drones. Not the best use of econ, but whatever. It's got to be done, and this is what TLO wanted to happen. 2 Marines for a handful of drones, definitely worth it. Losing 1 SCV in the fray, but now a spine crawler almost finished. That was definitely worth it for TLO. He didn't lose more than 1 Marine and killed tons of drones. Actually, if we want to go and see, I think it's... Yes, I got it! Oh, so good. Workers killed. TLO has killed 3 workers, and this Marine is responsible for a couple of those kills. All 3 of them, I should say. So... but Destiny did manage to kill 1 SCV, although at the same time he had to build a spine crawler he didn't want to build, and he had to build lings he didn't want to build. So this is no fun for Destiny, and I'm not. I don't know even. Oh god, that went perfectly for TLO. That's all I gotta say. And Destiny must be just like punching the wall, throwing his computer. If he lags out, it's because he's dove headfirst down the stairs with his monitor and, you know, pulled the tower out of the wall with it. But can Destiny pull back? He's not far behind. In fact, I'm sure if we went to the income tab, which I will go to now, we'll see that he's catching up already. In fact, he's already ahead in harvesters, and I think that TLO... I don't know if he was producing SCVs during that fray. Or maybe his multitasking wasn't as good as it could have been. I don't know, but he, oh, there he goes. He's catching up. Oh, the Zerg is way ahead in income. It's actually kind of gross. Oh, but here come the Hellions. The second harass of the day. And, what's going to happen here? There's already spine crawlers up. But he's just going to get in front of them. He's going to try to roast some drones. He doesn't care what damage the Hellions take. He knows they're dirt cheap. And he's just going to roll back behind the grass here around the 3rd. And maybe come back for more. probably going to go home and repair those and come back with more. Maybe a transition into Banshees, but no. We're going to see Siege Tank, Hellion, Marauder. I guess that works if you've got Hellions in the mix, but a very interesting and expensive build. And we do have an expansion here, finished for TLO, but he's not lifting it off. There he finally goes, putting it in his natural. It seems like TLO is having trouble doing a lot of things at once, but who doesn't, I guess. This is a really late expansion against the Zerg player. He hasn't really done that much damage to the Econ. 7 workers, but it's not that big a deal against a Zerg who doesn't think he has to, you know, build military units. And we've got 29 harvesters to 29. That's not a comfortable place for the Zerg to be, as the Terran player does have mules. And he does have 2 orbital commands at this point, so there will be even more mules. As you can see, the Econ for the Terran player bumping up over 1,000, and he has more gas being harvested. The only reason that the Zerg is even on par is because he's not harvesting nearly as much gas. Now the Zerg player is pulling ahead in harvesters once again, but now that this orbital command is on the ground, he will be able to produce more SCVs as well as being able to produce those military units. So really, the Zerg player needs a 3rd hatch right now. He kind of needed to be taking his 3rd at the same time the Terran took his 2nd. And a lot of players right now, like I just cast that game between Minigun and whoever he was playing, I don't remember, but he put his Templar archives right here. Same as, hold on. Oh god! Same as TLO putting his armory right here. Just pro players using tech in their walls and, you know, putting it out in the obvious. I don't necessarily agree with that, but I mean, everybody's doing it. It's another one of those things that somebody knows something I don't. So some Hellions did get ahead. They got poked a little, definitely took some damage, and ooh, it's a lot of lings. They could try a run by or something similar. Kind of sounded like a Night Worm, but I could be wrong. Anyway, bunkers going down here. Oh, it wasn't a Night Worm, but Spine Crawlers unrooting. Lings getting behind the siege tank. Good positioning by. Oh, is it gonna work? No, TLO losing all his tanks, but the Hellions are gonna be able to do tons of damage. Those bunkers are not gonna finish as the Spine Crawler is gonna kill the SCVs, and those Hellions not gonna be able to get in behind the line too well. Oh, getting caught in his own little system of buildings, and he's going to lose all his units. No, the Hellions actually managed to get away. Marauder taking a lot of damage for the Hellions. Hellions trying to do some splash damage to the remaining Lings, and it looks like they have to get out of there, absolutely. And Lings catching up to that Hellion. SCV trying to get into there to repair it, but not going to get in there in time. Jesus. So guys, let me know. Right now I'm recording these replays on my studio microphone, and if you like the old sound better, if you like, I used to record on a headset. If you like the headset sound better, let me know in the comments below. If you like this better, let me know that too. All I do is try to please. That's what I do. If you want a ring, you just let me know. I'll take you out for dinner and I'll make sure there's one in your wine glass. That's how it's gonna go. Anyway, we are seeing minimal creep spread from Destiny. I mean, what does he do? He's been under pressure the whole time. There's no way he can get a queen out there. Although it only takes once. And this creep tumor, we'll see how fast he is on the creep spread here. Creep tumor is done. Spawn time is done. Will he be placing another? Maybe. Maybe someday. We'll see what happens. So far, nothing. We are seeing that 3rd hatch, and you know, he's not terribly behind, so he's behind in supply, which is terrible for a Zerg player. And he is currently supply blocked. But as we can see, this Overlord's 6 of them on the way, and a floating barracks for whatever reason. TLO always doing some weird shit, but I like it. I like it a lot, and I want to see him take a 3rd. There we know, it's a starport. I lied to you. I lied to you. So Banshees, I think, would work great for TLO. What am I missing? Holy shit. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Let's go back. Oh my god. Okay. Wow. Okay, so that barracks comes flying around. Back to faster. And wow, Blue Flame getting in the mix on these Lings. melting them. Caught in a choke. What a great spot for those Hellions to beat. Look at how many Lings they killed. Oh my goodness. And both of them alive still. 10 kills on that one. 17 kills on that Hellion. Just because of this little mineral wedge, and the Lings could not get in. Destiny losing way too many Lings to those Blue Flame Hellions. And yeah, Blue Flame Hellion damage is being nerfed in the next patch, if I haven't mentioned that enough already. But it is a huge deal because you won't see that happen nearly as much. 3 Hellions will still 2-shot drones. Maybe even 1-shot. I don't even know. But ooh, taking the gold as his third, building his third right here in the choke, and that will outdo Destiny, especially if he saves up a bunch of mules as that third becomes ready and just strip mines the gold. That will be really bad for Destiny. Destiny trying to figure out what unit comp he needs. And there's those infestors that we talked about at the start of the game. Definitely expected that from Destiny. I thought I saw, oh, they did it. I did see red. Checking it out. Oh my god, so Destiny did see this infestor pit. And a bunch of infestors out now. They do have the energy upgrade. I think I saw that complete. And we see a greater spire on the way as well. So interesting transition, but like very preemptive. Gonna try to fungal growth, does catch those Hellions. Lings get us surrounded, they do take a lot of damage in the process. Siege Tank going up, Bunker getting canceled, 2 of them getting canceled. Siege Tank taking pot shots at those Lings, a lot of them half damage. And those Lings will go home. Long distance mining the gold already for whatever reason. And finally a Banshee out. But I think the Banshees are a little late as, oh god, Ling's gonna try to get into the gold. They're gonna successfully get into the gold, but actually pulling those Lings away because he sees the orbital command on the way. Maybe, I don't know if that's why, but the SAVs were pulled. He realized he was gonna have to chase them through basically a spank tank of Terran units, and I'm gonna patent that phrase. But pulling back onto the creep, infestors chilling on the ramp, and he actually preemptively broke those rocks, which I like. He will be able to move through there fluidly. Terran player not doing the same. Oh, he did do the same. He did break. Oh no, there they are. There they are. So, we got 3 Banshees zipping through here with Cloak. I like that. He's gonna need the Cloak, although Cloak does nothing with fungal. Can he pick off? Oh, he's gonna pick off infestors. 2 infestors down. No, only 1 goes down. There he goes. Finally 2. He's gonna recloak those, and an Overseer being more infestors. He gets every infestor except for 1, and he might still get that infestor. Boom, boom. 1 more shot. He does get the infestors. All the infestors go down to Banshees and forcing the Lings to run into a death trap. Siege tanks, although the Lings got right on top of the Marines, and the Siege tank killed more Marines than the Lings did. You gotta watch that. Always spread your Marines out when you're fighting Zerg, man, because they do that. Any kind of melee unit, for that matter. If you got Siege tanks against Zealots, you need to split out your Marines. Siege tanks will kill more than our Zealots will. And yeah, that Hellion doing quite a bit of damage too. Destiny is definitely on the back foot, having trouble keeping himself in this game. Destiny now taking a third after losing his previous third, and TLO still just like massive leaps and bounds ahead of Destiny's unit count. But Destiny now getting those Broodlords. God, I freaking loved those Banshees killing those the infestors. Great play, very tactical play, very ballsy play. If Destiny had any form of detection at all, his Corruptors could have just wiped those Banshees out without losing a single thing. But no detection was there at all, causing him to lose 5 infestors to 3 Banshees. We do have a bunch of Vikings almost getting caught in what could have been like just a chain fungal to their death. The Vikings need to get up ahead. Banshees taking shots at the drones at the third. Vikings and Thor trying to get in position to kill those Broodlords. If the Broodlords go into the dead zone, the Vikings will be able to kill them for free. Zerg trying to run around the right side, but can't get there. He needs to keep these Broodlords in a place where the Infestors can protect them. This Thor going down for free to Ling. Didn't kill anything. Vikings sniping an Overseer, which is huge too, because now he can get in with his Banshees. And those Vikings need to pick off those Broodlords. Hellions getting control of the towers. Gonna get shot at by Broodlords. There they go. You gotta book it. Get out of there, boy. Attaboy. Look how far those little Broodlings go. I didn't know they did that. Anyway, Ling's on the creep. Creep spread finally getting somewhere necessary. Lots of Vikings as he knows those Broodlords are out there. Gonna try to snipe them preemptively. They have so much rage. He just can't get caught in the fungal, and he does get caught. And those are gonna get chain fungled right down. 3 fungals is all it takes, and 5 Vikings go down to no cost, basically. That is all energy, boy. And lots of Terran units. More coming down here, but getting surrounded. I don't know if they... No, they did not actually kill a hatch. They may have delayed a hatch, though. Jesus Christ, this game is... And just look at this, TLO coming down for more harass, not letting Destiny get away with any kind of comfortable mining. Blue Flame gonna come in here and roast some drones, roasty toasty. Gonna get some Lings as well, as every Ling counts at this point, and when it's splash damage from Blue Flame Hellions, it's more than 1 Ling, I'll guarantee that. And lots of Infestors here. Broodlords. Infestor Broodlord is basically the equivalent of, like, Colossus Void Ray. You know. Some scary shit. That is the Zerg Death Ball. Oh no! Oh no! TLO, you know that's there! You had... Oh god! These are all going to get destroyed by the fungal. 1 more fungal could finish off so many more. These Infestors are racking up the kills. That one was 0. That one was 7. That one was 5. Just a lot of shit going down. More fungal getting hold of more Vikings. Now those Vikings can still shoot, so they do still fire at the Broodlords. And actually taking control of a Banshee. I don't know what he plans to do with it. And finally some Infested Terran. Snipe it down, fungal growth to finish it off. It was a little bit of a waste of energy. Not the most efficient way to do that. And there are still enough Vikings in this fray to focus down the Broodlords. They are no match for the Viking Thor. Infested Terran coming down to deal with the Terran army. Look at the Zerg player just try to swallow the Terran player. These siege tanks need to get out of there. They're going to get devoured by the Lings and Infestors. These Infestors definitely playing for themselves, not falling easily to the Banshees like the previous ones. Siege tanks trying to pick off the Infested Terran in order to pull ahead in this fray. 1 Banshee firing at Infested Terran. I'm not sure why it chose those as a target. But lots of Vikings coming in here. They may land on the ground to do some damage. It's really their only option at this point. Trying to produce more army, mostly air, to be honest, which is not a good choice against Infestors, I think. They do land on the ground. Gonna get swallowed. No, he needs to get out of there. Oh my gosh, so much fungal. Is he gonna lose all of those Vikings? No, a lot of them get away. He needs to fungal those. I don't know why he didn't bother to fungal any of them. Interesting. A single Viking used to focus down a medevac, which is entertaining to me. A couple Infested Terran will go down and try to pick off that Viking. And they do get it. They do get it. I thought it might get away. Actually wandering onto creep with 2 siege tanks. I'm not sure what the plan is here. Those are naked and lonely, and I think it was a mistake as he is now pulling them back. A single SCV, you know, as baller as he is, just got raped. Not a place for him on the creep, that's for sure. And now reset. Hold on. Oh god. It looks like the Terran player just swallowed something that was here. It looks like it was an Overlord. And emphasis on the was. A couple Banshees coming down in here. Lots of Infested Terran going down on this Expo here. But I don't think it will do much as XCVs are down behind the planetary fortress that is still plentiful in health. Although look at its health go down. Oh my goodness. Infested Terran do manage to focus it down. And now the Lings and the Infestors will return home. Banshee's taking pot shots at those Infestors, trying to pick them off. Destiny on a 3rd, but that third is not a gold. The Terran player TLO does need to pull himself a fourth base, as he will be mined out of that gold very shortly. He has a lot of harvesters and not much to mine with them. As soon as this gold expo goes down, TLO will be essentially a sitting duck, and I'm not sure what he plans to do with this army without ravens. He needs those ravens. Oh, geez. He needs not to cluster this up. Oh, my goodness. Oh, that was painful to watch. Watching all those Vikings get fungled, and the infested Terran are going to devour the Banshees. They do get a bunch of Vikings. Banshees now focusing down the infestors. I don't even know why this is being allowed to happen. He needs more detection. He's going to be fungal growthing those Banshees, I'm sure, and then finishing them. Oh no, he doesn't even need to. He's got an overseer. Looks like Destiny is just confused. Why is he not dealing with this? Finally, a queen takes down the Banshees, and there we go. Long distance mining from his own third. He could simply pick this building up and move it there. I don't know why he doesn't. He has that option. TLO, man, move your orbital command. The one at your main if you don't want to stop harvesting gas. It doesn't even matter. Just do something. TLO, I wonder who has more income at this point. It looks like TLO has more income. Actually, not gas, though. Oh my gosh, a huge engagement over here. These SCVs are going down to a large bomb rush of Lings. Finally, as TLO lifts off a command center and puts it down, which I think he built a new one just for that base, which I disagree with strongly. He needed to spend that money on military, and that was a huge pickup for Destiny. Although those SCVs aren't entirely needed, they are important in the long run. There are 24 harvesters to 38, which, as they're running out of places to mine from, that's not a huge deal. Although it looks like, I'm going to take a guess here and say that the Zerg player has been far more cost effective. It looks like, though, that the Zerg player has actually lost more resources worth of units. So, it's not what I would have guessed. And we are seeing a fourth go up, but it might go down if Destiny cannot deal with this. Oh! The Muta do manage to kill one. And it looks like TLO is going to come in with a full air fleet, managing to get a Muta and an Overseer, and will be able to finish off this hatchery. However, it looks like the Zerglings pick off a Ghost. They come in with Infested. The Air Forces for TLO need to get out of there before they are fungal growth to death. A scan goes down, killing 2 Infested. Not worth it for Destiny, as he only killed 1 Banshee. Now a second Banshee. These infested Terrans have nothing to shoot at, as they cannot support units, and this hatchery will go down. TLO very, very wisely defending against a fourth expo from Destiny. This game is going on forever. More infestors splitting off to come deal with this expansion here, trying to deny as much as possible. This game is becoming just unbelievable, picking off 3 infestors, and not really huge reward, as there are still SCVs here and orbital commands. Oh no! More coming down here. Lings rushing and nothing on the ground to stop them. There is a PF here. Hellions on the ground. A Ghost. 4 EMPs on those infestors. Doesn't get one off. No! It EMP'd the wrong thing. It EMP'd... it must have been mind control. It must have been. Wow, that actually looks pretty freaking sweet. I've never seen a mind-controlled Ghost before. Anyway, Jesus Christ. Yeah, the problem here is, what the hell? TLO just let those Lings in. I don't know if you guys saw that, but he had a wall up and he just let them in. So, anyway, this is going poorly for TLO at the moment. He's got a huge air fleet, but nothing on the ground to really stop Lings from running wherever they feel like it. TLO letting his Banshees die when they didn't really have to. His Ghost goes down as well to infested Terran, and these infestors are really proving their worth against TLO. A scan goes down to see what's up in this hatchery. He's not really sure what damage he did, as he was not watching the fight. Ling's over here destroying the rocks, trying to think about taking this gold. If Destiny can take that gold, he will be leaps and bounds ahead of TLO at this point. Oh no! Oh no! That was not good at all. I don't even need to say what happened. You guys saw it. That was just not good. A Raven now in the fight with TLO's army. That being said, TLO doesn't have much of an army. He's got these Vikings, but unless they're on the ground, they're not going to do any damage to Destiny's units. And if they're on the ground, they're all going to die. So, not a good situation. He needs to keep up with the Hellion production because it's the only thing keeping those Lings off his back. Although, it looks like a fungal growth will catch 3 of them, and that is not what he needs right now. He cannot afford to lose his Hellions, as like I said, they're the only thing that is helping him deal with those Lings, as his air units just aren't effective in that regard. He's going to lose a couple Vikings if he does not leave now, but he doesn't care. He needs to deny that 3rd, and he does! He does get rid of that 3rd hatchery. He needs to get this gold one now. He absolutely needs to take down that gold expo, and you can bet that Destiny will be here with infestors at all times to protect that from any air harass. And at this point, I don't know if harass is doing the trick. He needs some sort of all-out assault. He needs a tech switch. Destiny's infestors are pretty much going to handle any air threat that comes at him, and luckily, no! Okay, there's a long-range fungal, or not fungal, infested terran. Look at all the infested terran. Now, the problem is, those infestors are all out of energy, so if Banshees can get in on them, they're sitting ducks. Siege tanks and Hellions being destroyed. PF here to defend what could be Slaughterfest for the Zerg player. Siege tanks are coming to destroy this gold expo, which is exactly what he needed. No energy left on those infestors to defend the base, which is perfect because this is all that TLO needs to be afraid of. And now Destiny is on 2 bases with no mining. He's got mass infestors which constantly reproduce energy, and there is a fray up here. It looks like those infestors did try to harass his base once again, but there are a lot of SCVs here, and it looks like not much was destroyed. There are always missile turrets on that high ground, and so, you know, TLO can see it long in advance. These infestors will go home unscathed. TLO really needs to find and kill those, and there's a Banshee waiting. If those infestors wander too far, they will get caught. And more Banshees going to take shots at the infestors. They are burrowed and are hard to follow, as there are so many queens. And he will be taking shots here at these drones that are trying to long distance mine this natural. It is the only source of income that Destiny has. He will try to defend those with his queens, spreading some more creep, as the queens do not need to inject. He has plenty of larvae and not enough money to spend. Oh my god. Anyway, I'm gonna take a drink now. Jesus, so more harassment on this base. He needs to pull those. And that Raven knows where those infestors are. He's got a Banshee. He's got a Raven. He needs to come down here and kill those. I really want to see that Raven go down there and deal with those infestors. Those infestors just wandered by the Banshee. They're now going to sit under the Banshee and wait for enough energy to kill it. I know that's what's going to happen right now. I don't know why TLO isn't smartening up about those infestors. Here comes the Banshee, the Raven. But where is it going to go? Does he have a plan for this? Does he know where those Banshees, where those infestors are? I'm not sure he does. Come on, this is so frustrating to watch. So lots of infestors just accruing energy down on the south side of the map. We're running into the 40-minute mark soon. 38 minutes and 50 seconds of game time, so that's not quite real time. But look at these infestors. They're going to come back with some more energy. Oh no, but it's not going to work unless they can chain fungal, but I don't think they have enough energy for that. And a Banshee does come in here to kill them. And before those infestors pop, he can get out of there with his Raven. Those Hellions need to get out of there because that is not a good situation for them. Oh, one Hellion goes down, and it looks like those infestors finally go down as more infestors push up the center of the map. A couple Vikings here, but they can't do a thing unless they're on the ground. And this Banshee going to cloak. He needs some detection over here. He has no idea where those infestors are, but I'm not even sure what they're trying to do, as there's really no key structures for the Terran player at this point. I mean, he needs his units more than his production, as he doesn't have a lot of money to spend. So he will go for these supply depots, he will go for these barracks, he will go for this tech structure here, and then the command center as well. The scan goes down. Now TLO knows where those infestors are. I think this is the last stand for these infestors. They will not get out of here alive, as TLO knows exactly where they are. He has a Raven, and the infested Terran are already spent. There are a couple more investments in energy. Now spending those energies. Hellions lined up to kill those right away. They will not be able to focus down. Oh, they do focus down the Banshees. And Destiny says, well played. And Destiny leaves the game as TLO hanging on by a thread, just barely pulling ahead in this game. Although it felt like he was ahead all game, Destiny held in very well. Guys, I'm SSN Incarnum. This game was awesome, and I hope you enjoyed.